What if I told you that the one thing standing between you and a lasting, fulfilling relationship isn't love, passion, or compatibility, but something even more fundamental? Something that, without it, no amount of love or attraction can save your relationship. The truth is, no matter how much you care about someone, if you don't master this, your relationship is bound to suffer. The secret to any lasting relationship isn't just about being in love or having fun together. It's about communicating. That's right. Communication is the key to unlocking deep emotional connection, resolving conflicts, and growing together. Without it, everything else eventually falls apart. Think about it. When was the last time a misunderstanding made you feel distant from your partner? Or maybe you wanted to express something but didn't know how. The quality of your relationship is directly tied to the quality of your conversations. In fact, studies show that poor communication is the #1 reason couples break up. But it's not just about talking. It's about how you talk, how you listen, and how you connect emotionally. So how can you improve your communication? It all starts with self-awareness. Before you can connect with someone else, you need to understand yourself. Self-awareness means recognizing your own emotions, triggers, and needs. It's about being honest with yourself so you can be honest with others. Here's an example. Imagine your partner says something that bothers you. Instead of reacting impulsively, self-awareness allows you to pause and ask yourself, why am I feeling this way? What's the real issue here? This internal dialogue can prevent so many unnecessary arguments. Let's talk about active listening. This might sound simple, but how often do you actually listen to understand rather than to respond? Active listening means being fully present in the conversation, not just hearing the words, but also paying attention to your partner's tone, body language, and emotions. It's about giving them your full attention, showing empathy, and making them feel heard. Too many conversations break down because people are more focused on getting their own point across than truly understanding the other person. When you practice active listening, you build trust and connection. Now here's something fascinating. According to the famous 7-38-55 rule, only 7% of communication is based on the actual words you say. 38% comes from your tone of voice, and a whopping 55% comes from your body language. This means that even if you're saying all the right words, the way you say them matters far more than you might think. Think about the last time someone told you they were fine, but their tone or body language said otherwise. That's because the real message is in the nonverbal cues. You want to know what's one of the hardest yet most powerful aspects of communication? It's opening up, sharing your deepest feelings, fears, and needs. It's called vulnerability. It can feel scary, but vulnerability is what allows you to truly connect with your partner, especially when things aren't going well in the relationship. When you're vulnerable, you're saying, I trust you with this part of me. And when your partner responds with care and understanding, that's where real intimacy is built. Relationships thrive on this kind of emotional transparency. But remember, vulnerability is a two-way street. You have to be willing to both share and receive. Now let's address the inevitable: conflict. Every relationship will face disagreements. It's how you handle them that matters. The key to resolving conflicts isn't avoiding them, but communicating through them. This means staying calm, listening actively, and using I statements instead of blaming. For example, instead of saying, "You never listen to me," try, "I feel unheard when we talk." Healthy communication during conflict involves finding common ground, showing empathy, and working together toward a solution. Remember, it's not about winning the argument. It's about strengthening the relationship. Beyond resolving conflicts, communication is the gateway to emotional intimacy. When you regularly communicate openly and honestly, you create a safe space where both partners feel valued, understood, and loved. This is how you keep the spark alive, even after years together. Emotional intimacy isn't just about grand romantic gestures. It's about the small, everyday moments of connection. It's the texts that say, "I'm thinking about you." The check-ins after a long day, and the moments of silence that feel comfortable because you know you're truly seen by each other. So, how can you incorporate better communication into your daily life? Here are some practical tips. First, set aside time for meaningful conversations. It doesn't have to be long, but make sure you're checking in with each other regularly. Second, use reflective listening. After your partner speaks, repeat back what they said to make sure you understood correctly. Third, practice gratitude. Regularly acknowledge and appreciate the things your partner does. It goes a long way in fostering positive communication. Finally, make an effort to be vulnerable and share what's really going on with you, even if it feels uncomfortable at first. At the end of the day, relationships are built on trust, love, and connection, and the only way to cultivate these is through communication. Remember, it's not about being perfect. It's about showing up, listening, and being willing to grow together. The more you invest in communicating effectively, the deeper and more fulfilling your relationship will become.